Oi oi people, Silky here and welcome to the Life a Musician podcast. A podcast I created to help empower my fellow DIY musicians by sharing valuable insights into how to market and monetize your music independently. The Life a Musician podcast is brought to you by my artist services company, HICK Management. We specialise in helping DIY musicians on smaller budgets grow and monetize their fan bases. You can check out more information on the music artist services we offer and book a 1-hour video call with me for some free advice on your music career at hookinsmanagement.com. On today's episode, I'm going to be talking about how a shift in my mindset took my music career from being dead in the water to growing a monetized fan base made up of thousands of people. Over the past 6 years, my DIY band, Death of Guitar Pop, has achieved 2 top 30 albums, a sellout show at the iconic 1500 cap Electric Ballroom in London, successful self-promoted headline tours, and a highly lucrative merchandise business. Myself and my bandmate and business partner, JONNY Top Cat HICK, have done all this without a manager, record label, booking agent, or publishing deal. It's a completely DIY setup, and we're living proof that if you learn the business and marketing side yourself and put the work in, then you do not need a record label or a manager to achieve your goals as a musician. Before Johnny and I formed Death of Guitar Pop, I was in a band called States of Emotion. We were together for over 15 years, grinding away, trying to make it as musicians. Although we worked very hard in the studio and out on the road, perfecting our craft as musicians, on the business and marketing side we were slacking, and that's what ultimately held us back. We were naive enough to think that if we put all the hours into becoming a good band, then the business stuff would all naturally fall into place around us, and signing a record deal would be a one-way ticket to building a huge fan base and sustaining a successful music career. Our efforts as a band did indeed attract attention from the music industry, landing us a manager, a booking agent and a record deal, but frustratingly for us, the label shelved our debut album release for a number of years, and in the end we were forced to end the working relationship with them and release the album ourselves independently. With minimal marketing and business experience, our self-released album, Black and White to Gold, struggled to pick up any real momentum, and States of Emotion disbanded a few months later. Thankfully, my second roll of the dice in the music business was Death of Guitar Pop, and I'd learnt enough from my previous mistakes to make sure that this time it was a different story. The big turning point for me was making the conscious decision to shift my mindset and treat my band like a business. I chose learning to become a music entrepreneur so that I could get straight to work and self-sufficiently grow my music career without having to rely on the traditional music industry method of waiting to get discovered by a label, and if successful in doing so, essentially handing over control to someone else in hope that they will effectively market and monetize my music so that I could sustain a career and reach my goals in music. After already being burnt once by the industry in trying and failing through the traditional route in my old band, I knew that this time if I taught myself business and marketing and applied it to my music career, I stood a much better chance of achieving success as an artist. Our real breakthrough moment in applying this method to build Death of Guitar Pop's fan base was a Facebook ad that we ran promoting our debut single and music video, Rickety Old Train. I had done my research online and taught myself how to market music directly to our desired target audience through Meta's paid ad platform, and to our delight the results were instant, with likes, shares and comments rolling in from the get-go. New people were discovering our music every day. As soon as we had this momentum, both Johnny and I knew that we needed to keep this ad going by hook or by crook at an average spend of £10 per day, and eventually it would go viral and in turn grow us a fan base big enough so that we could build a successful DIY artist business for ourselves off the back of the ad's momentum. At the time of recording this video, that particular music video ad now has over 7 million views and has been our shop window to the world. In clinical marketing terms, an ad like this is known as a lead magnet, generating new interest in your business so that you can then turn those interested new leads into paying customers. Once we had a few hundred fans connecting with us off the back of seeing this first ad and the follow-up singles over the next few months, we knew we were in a position to monetize the audience for the first time. We did this by launching a crowdfunding campaign for us to release a full-length album alongside tickets going on sale for our debut headline show, which would coincide with the DIY album release later that year. We ended up raising 6,000 quid from 197 crowdfund backers to release the first album, and our debut show at London's Oslo pulled over 200 people, earning us £1,100. Johnny and I had both been putting about £200 each per month into growing the band before this first point of monetization, and pulling in this initial 7 grand from the fan base really validated our efforts. So we decided to keep on going and reinvest in the lion's share of whatever our small artist business generated back into the growth of the project. This was the start of a 6-year cycle that has seen us invest a substantial amount of time and money in creating, releasing and promoting our music independently. In this time we have written, recorded and self-released 4 crowdfunded albums, the latest 2 of these reaching number 24 and number 30 in the official UK album charts. We've released 17 singles with accompanying music videos, plus tons of other content on top of a busy live schedule, whilst managing all the business, marketing and admin aspects ourselves. Oi people, Silky here. I hope you're enjoying the episode. I just wanted to take a short break to tell you about a fantastic mastering service I recently used for my band Death of Guitar Pop's forthcoming album Be Lucky. Jake from Decent Mastering was a joy to work with from start to finish, and we're so happy with how the final masters of our songs are sounding. Jake is currently offering an incredibly fair pay what you want mastering service to all independent musicians. So if you're an unsigned artist that's on a budget, be sure to hit up Jake for a great service at an affordable rate. Check out decentmastering.com for more info. Whilst we're on the subject of extremely useful services for independent musicians, I've got to tell you about another great company that Death of Guitar Pop has had the pleasure in dealing with recently, and that's TMT Band Merch. These guys have supplied us outstanding quality merchandise at a very reasonable rate for events like our Australian tour, our big headline show at London's Electric Ballroom, and throughout festival season this summer, helping us serve our loyal fan base with pucker merchandise whilst making money as a DIY band in the process. TMT Band Merch understand budget can be tight for smaller artists and offer special discounted rates for DIY musicians. I have to say their customer service has been incredible, and will continue to use them for the foreseeable future for all of Death of Guitar Pop's merch needs. If you want high quality band merch at a cheap price with fast turnaround times, go to tmtbandmerch.co.uk and tell them Silky sent ya. Now, let's get back to the podcast. Having a constant output of music releases and accompanying content, taking calculated financial risks in keeping our paid ad campaigns running, putting in untold hours on all the complex logistics that come with things like DIY chart campaigns, working hard on the road and learning the ins and outs of e-commerce are just some of the many aspects that go into developing and growing Death of Guitar Pop as a business. It's been a relentless journey that has involved a substantial investment of both time and money, but that is what it has taken to grow the band to the level that it's got to, so that we can now pay ourselves a wage and achieve ticket, merch and album sales that rival artists on bigger labels that have a network of industry contacts and often much bigger marketing budgets than our grassroots DIY setup does. This has all stemmed from switching my mindset from a musician's mindset to a music entrepreneur's mindset. In states of emotion, I'd put my 10,000 hours and then some into developing as a music artist, but I hadn't put anything like 10,000 hours into learning and executing the business and marketing side of being a professional music artist. So that's why I failed. Had I embraced the entrepreneurial, independent route earlier, it would have likely been a different story. So there you have it, my fellow DIY musicians. Approach your artist career with a business mindset, work hard and good things will happen. Nice one. You can check out more information on the music artist services we offer and book a 1-hour video call with me for some free advice on your music career at hookingsmanagement.com.